Okay, here's D-Day Cobra, this fucking douche guy. This guy's a douche canoe. And he's mad at Ben Shapiro. He's mad at Ben Shapiro. And I'll say, Ben Shapiro abandoning Trump, ? Because is he? Is Ben Shapiro abandoning Trump?
TDS, Trump derangement syndrome.
Whoa, that's an attention getter.
There are many examples of super severe cases of TDS. Then you have
Is that a American flag fish? Hoodie? That's pretty cool. D-Day Cobra. Rad username. Ben Shapiro tweeted, the Republicans are losing steam in the 2022 election. There are some reasons for this. The Democratic upswing in the wake of Dobbs being the most obvious factor. But there's something else going on here that represents a deeper problem for the Republican Party. The GOP is miscalibrating the very nature of the American political scene right now, based on a myth. In fact, the entirety of American politics is based on dueling versions of the same false mythology. The mythology of the emerging Democratic minority majority. Democrats have banked on this myth since 2012, believing that it excuses their cultural and economic excesses. That is untrue and has led them into an electoral box canyon as many minorities turn away from their woke progressive overreach. Many minorities. Damn, dude. Don't you, as chat, are you a minority? Don't you love being referred to as a minority? I'm sure that makes you feel nice and humanized.
Mid to mild levels of TDS, and then you have some very lower levels of it. The extreme examples are people like
is he gonna do the screaming lib?
Olbermann or Mark Hamill or Mark Ruffalo or Rob Reiner or Kathy Griffin. Those
just naming liberal celebrities.
Those are extreme examples. Most people in Hollywood or the mainstream media, they have severe cases of TDS and they will never be cured. No matter what happens, these people.
Do you think? Okay, I'm gonna toss a hypothetical out there. You guys tell me if this seems like a possibility. Do you think it's at all possible that some people like Donald Trump too much and in a way that would make them blind to his inadequacies? Do you think there might be anybody that's been duped by the personality of Donald Trump and maybe the opposite of Trump derangement syndrome, but we'll still call it Trump derangement syndrome, but the real one? Like maybe they're steadfast supporters of Donald Trump in spite of anything he does, even crimes, even treason.
People have TDS and they will
I can't think of anyone either.
Never be able to get over it.
Oh, don't Kirk W. Kirk would never be a Trump supporter in spite of all the evidence not to be.
And then you have
he's a smart cookie.
The mid levels, and then you have the lower levels.
He's saying Ben Shapiro's a low level because he's too limp dick to he's hedging his anti Ben Shapiro shit already. He's hedging already because he doesn't want to bleed subscribers.
Now, back in 2016, Ben Shapiro had a somewhat serious case of TDS.
What's your take on the current lay of the presidential campaign? You are a supporter of his, aren't you?
No.
You're not?
No.
Well, being with Breitbart News, I would have thought that you would be an ardent
That's
supporter.
one of the reasons I quit, yeah.
They are supporters, aren't they?
Oh, well, they are not only supporters, they are Trump Pravda. They're basically the official outlet for the Trump campaign.
No, it was no...
Oh, weird. It was almost like before Ben Shapiro got paid to have specific opinions, he was able to make a little bit better of an opinion for a second. Larry. Are we excited for Larry? Do we like Larry? Okay.
Nowhere near the level of the people I mentioned before, but it was a serious case of it. In the years since, he has lightened up a bit, but he still has that TDS. all about him. And even when he tries to pretend that he doesn't, it's pretty obvious that he does. Now, Ben Shapiro makes points that I like. Ben Shapiro makes points that I don't like. I overall love what the Daily Wire is doing with movies and entertainment and things like that. I 100% do. But no matter what, I can never fully forget of how Ben Shapiro labeled Donald Trump in 2016. I can never forget how dismissive he was of Donald J. Trump in 2016.
I mean, I think that he's already hurt conservatism pretty badly.
I agree.
My concern is that, and one of the reasons I'm not voting for him is because I'm concerned that he hurts conservatism if he wins.
True. He did. He did hurt it.
Me, if he loses, I think that he hurts conservatism less in some ways because there's been a repudiation of some of the things that he believes and says.
And
true. All of that's true. That face when you agree with Ben Shapiro. Whoops.
now here we are, all these years later, and all of these problems going on, and Ben Shapiro can't get out of his own way because he still has a mild case of TDS. Trump is dominating in the polls. Trump's candidates are winning across the entire country. Trump's influence is better than it's ever been. It's
Oh, fuck.
bigger than it ever was. The momentum is shifting like we've never seen. Every time they try to come up with a story to try and discredit Donald Trump, nothing comes of it.
This just came out. This is new, right? Yeah. Wowzers.
Every time they throw something out there, oh, Trump grabbed the wheel of the limo and did a ninja kick and flipped over 4 different Secret Service agents, and no one believed that. But
Isn't it fascinating that whenever we say something like, hey, this is a crime Donald Trump did, or this is a bad thing Donald Trump did, or whatever, they always have to like do that kind of shit where they'll allude to it, but they won't actually say the thing, right? They'll say he grabbed the wheel. They'll say, oh, he's the most fit, sexy, shirtless president ever. What an Adonis of a man, but also he's too old and frail to grab the steering wheel of a car. Fascinating yet again. Very cringe. Very cringe. There's nothing more cringe than a man too insecure to admit that a guy he liked sucked. Like, just admit the guy you liked sucked and continues to suck. It's fine. It's like being a Green Bay Packers fan and finding out Aaron Rodgers sucks. Not at football, at being a person. He's shitty. Like, rough. I have a friend like that.
But the media ran with it. They're insane. The latest is the raid. And of course, nothing has come of it. And it's all going to go away very soon. And they'll have another hoax that they can go out there and push because...
Is this guy going to write letters to Donald Trump while he's in prison?
everything they try to label Trump, it continues to fail over and over and over again. And the more that this happens, the more that the everyday person is finally waking up to the reality that these people hate your guts. And they will lie and they will manipulate and they will say anything. If you go against the narrative, if you don't line up with their narrative, they will do anything in their power to take you down.
I mean, this guy's lost in the sauce. I mean, he's just out. He's just gone. He gets paid by these people, like the supporters. If he said anything different, he wouldn't be able to make a living. He literally wouldn't. Look at the views on this. 6,000 views on a D-Day Cobra political video. And this was like, uploaded earlier today. Like this is, they do quite successful videos on the other channel. Not this one. This is this is silly shit, man. Any chance to have an actual convo with this dude? There's no way. D-Day Cobra. That's a snake bite. There's no way D-Day Cobra has the confidence to have a conversation with me, so no. If D-Day Cobra thinks that, oh my god, Aaron Rodgers is literally gonna come up. If this fucking guy thinks that he can handle a conversation with me, he 100% can come on. But I think he's a huge fucking pussy, dude. There's just no way.
Their narrative, they will do anything in their power to take you down. We're seeing it right now. Look at Aaron Rodgers in the NFL. He was just on with Joe Rogan. I've never been an Aaron Rodgers fan. This man was completely thrown under the bus by the media.
In that interview, he admitted that he lied, and the media went after him because he lied. He admitted to doing the thing that he did that they were mad about. They said, "Are you vaccinated?" He said, "I'm immunized," which was, I mean, just him lying. Like, and he said, "Yeah, I fucking misled them. Of course I did." And they're like, "Well, you misled us. That pisses us off." And he misled his team and like in the NFL. You know.
Because of course he was. Because
I don't want to talk. Like, he is so dumb. He is just not smart enough to have a conversation with me. Like, straight up. Look at his eyes. There's nothing fucking behind them. This guy can't handle a nuanced opinion. Are you fucking kidding me? He'd hang up. Or just yell the whole time. He literally couldn't have a conversation.
because he dared to have an opinion that went against the narrative. So they will discredit him. They will dismiss him.
He'd
they
try
will
to talk over me
disrespect him
constantly.
because that's how it goes. Look what they did to Elon Musk, someone that's been critical of Trump. And look at, because he didn't line up with the narrative, because he calls out the BS.
How can you like literally all the shittiest people? I actually want to see. I actually want to see, like, okay, why do you like, Elon Musk? Why do you like Donald Trump? Like, what's your favorite parts about him? Do you think he can say that without telling you how it makes somebody else feel in the answer? Like, do you think he wouldn't add to the list? It makes you fucking mad. It makes you triggered. It makes you upset. It triggers libs. Because he goes against the woke narrative. You know what I mean? It'll be about somebody else.
Hit pieces like crazy. And Elon's kind of backed off because he couldn't handle it. Trump will not back off because he has the balls to deal with it. Now you have Ben Shapiro making this tweet. The Republicans are losing steam in the 2022 election. What are you talking about, Ben Shapiro? These are some of the reasons for this. The Democratic upswing in the wake of Dobbs being...
Oh, my God. This is why I read it, by the way. Because there's just no fucking way that he's going to be literate.
The most...
Dr. Gamble! Excellent biddies. Even Nixon's fan base disparaged him after Watergate. What the fuck's going on here? Why are they still with Trump after this? Because they already publicly said they were with Trump, and they are not man enough to admit that their guy sucked. Quite literally, they're just piss babies. This is why you shouldn't fear fascists. You should bully them and smash them.
Obvious factor, but there's something else going on here that represents a deeper problem for the Republican Party. The GOP is miscalibrating the very nature of the American political scene right now based on a myth. In fact, the entirety of the American politics is based on dueling versions of the same false mythology, the mythology of the emerging Democratic minority majority. Dude. Democrats have banked on this myth.
I'm going to say it. Everything that Ben Shapiro said from here to here was too smart for this guy to have a conversation about. He only was able to understand this. He's having such a hard time parsing the rest of this. You can hear it. He hasn't said shit about the rest of this.
Since 2012, believing that it excuses their cultural and economic excesses. This is untrue and has led them into an electoral box canyon as many minorities turn away from their woke progressive overreach. Meanwhile, Republicans have also banked on this to an extent that they believe only a magical person like Donald Trump can defeat. You see how dismissive he is? A magical person. No, Donald Trump is a flawed person, like every single human being on earth. He doesn't lie about it. He doesn't try and virtue signal off.
Donald Trump doesn't lie about his shortcomings? Is that what you just said? A bold statement.
of it. He is what he is, and he owns it 100%.
Does Donald Trump 100% own his shortcomings? That is not the experience anyone else seems to have had when he was president, or since his existence.
The American people have rallied around this man because he is as authentic as you can find.
And then literally Ben Shapiro says this. This means that when Trump is attacked, Republicans immediately return to making him the centerpiece of the conversation, and this harms them electorally, as every poll is now showing. Holy shit, I've never agreed with Ben Shapiro more thoroughly than on this concept, because we're literally seeing it happen. It's insane that Ben Shapiro is right about this. How can Ben Shapiro have enough awareness to do this but still be a conservative? Fascinating stuff.
And he will battle against the narrative. He is the most dangerous person because he is not scared of the machine.
Answer money. I would like to talk to Ben Shapiro privately, because I can do that. But I would love a private conversation with Ben Shapiro in the blunt rotation. And just, like, I don't know, like under this hypothetical circumstance where I knew he would tell me the truth, I would love to ask him, what would make you a leftist, Ben Shapiro? With him telling me the truth. Knowing he's telling me the truth. What would make you a leftist? And then if I could ask him a follow-up, why are you a conservative? I would love to ask those two questions. The second cannabis was mentioned. Cannabis? Hey! Ellie has arrived on the stream. We should smoke.
And they know that. That's why they try to discredit him.
I have no idea if he knows Holly. I assume he would ground his axioms.
This means that when Trump is attacked, Republicans immediately return to making him the centerpiece of the conversation,
Yep.
and this harms them.
Does he realize that he just did that the whole time? Was that hiccup there him realizing, wait, I've just done that?
Electorally, as every poll is now showing. What are you talking about? Ben Shapiro can never get away from his TDS, because no matter how much he will tell you, oh, I was wrong about Trump, he can never fully embrace it. And this is the problem with a lot of the Republicans out there, the mainstream Republicans, people like Shapiro and a lot of the talking heads out there. They are so terrified to fully embrace Trump because their ego won't let them, because so many of them were against him from the beginning, and he proved them wrong, just like he proved the mainstream wrong, Hollywood wrong, Democrats. He has everybody against him. And now, I love this tweet from Robert Barnes.
He didn't even respond to the question. He just doubled down and did the thing that Ben said that he would do. He literally made Trump the centerpiece of the conversation. Like, he thinks, D-Day Cobra thinks that another human person, Ben Shapiro, would be embarrassed about not supporting Donald Trump and then him becoming president? This is projection, dude. Because this is how I would act if I was wrong.
Tweet from Robert Barnes. Shapiro has always been an idiot when it comes to voter analysis. He famously predicted there was no chance Trump could win in 2016. Ben Shapiro will never let go of this case of TDS.
See?
He can never fully embrace Trump. His ego won't allow
That's
him,
his fucking
because
justification.
Trump made Ben Shapiro and so many others look completely stupid, and they know it.
He thinks
It has to do.
it's look, I think Ben Shapiro's kind of an insecure guy, but not nearly as insecure as that's implying. I never once thought Ben Shapiro was embarrassed that Donald Trump won because it went against Ben Shapiro's analysis that he would lose. Like, what the fuck? I think Ben Shapiro reveled in Donald Trump being president because he got to watch all the lefties be fucked up about it. Like, what the fuck? Dr. Gamble, thank you for the 50 biddies. Imagine being such a spineless snowflake that you'd rather side with the fascist strongman at risk to you and your fellow countrymen than admit you were wrong. True. Robert Barnes is an Alex Jones's lawyer that he fired? I don't know. Is that true? Is that the lawyer?
And it drives them crazy. And so you have Shapiro continuing to run his mouth and seem like he's smarter than he really is. He's a smart guy. He's a very intelligent guy.
But he's not
But
intelligent
he
enough.
cannot get out of his own way when it comes to Trump. Trump's biggest challenge is not the Democrats. It's not the mainstream media. It's not Hollywood. It's not social media or big tech. It is people that have that R next to their name that will never fully embrace him because their pride will not allow it. That is the biggest thing that Donald Trump has to overcome right now. And that's why he needs support like never before. Make America great again. Donald J. Trump, the greatest president of my lifetime. And
Oh my God. You can hear it hit the back of his throat. The uvula? What is it? Parts of the human throat. The uvula? I think. What is it? No. I mean, yes, the throat. Nasopharynx. The nasopharynx area. The sphenoidal sinus is up there. The oropharynx. That area, whatever that's called. Yeah, uvula. That's what I was looking for. Yes, I know the uvula, but palatine tonsil, pharynx, lingual tonsil, and epiglottis. Yeah, you can hear it hit all of that. Ugh.
it's not even close. And I know it upsets you, Ben Shapiro, that he destroyed every lie that you said about him. But it's bigger than you.
Why is there a lion back there? What the fuck is going on in this guy's background?
Bigger than you, Ben Shapiro, and you need to wake up. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video.
What a weird dismount. Okay, so that's D-Day Cobra's. That's his brain thinking while recording it. That was pretty interesting. He thought a lot, and then he showed you guys that. Yep. He's doing okay. He's doing.